of the people that we asked to speak today was Darlene Kenton, and she was very sorry that she couldn't be here today. Darlene is a very dynamic speaker, so I hope I do her. I'm not going to do her speech justice, but here it goes. Dick Fay, thoughts. The first time I encountered Dr. Richard R. Fay was when I opened his book, Hearing Invertebrates, a psychophysics data book. I was totally awed and intimidated, and immediately became a Dick Fay groupie. In my hands were all the answers to what do mammals hear and more in one book. The accomplishment was enormous. Who was this man who had the fortitude and generosity to compile and make accessible to others this volume of critical information, saving the readers countless hours to dredge up information and probably even the eyesight of some? Seriously, this was the holy grail for researchers like me in the dark ages, aka pre-internet. A magnum opus, I thought, and then I learned it was just one of his many gifts to science, the best being his meticulous research and char. Eventually, I had the privilege to meet Dick in person, and the awe grew. Among all his talents, I came to realize that his greatest was his capacity to look at the truly big picture. Dick's perspective was a revelation for me. As he said in a retrospective he wrote about his career, that he felt his strength was that he looked for commonalities, which stemmed from his training in psychophysics. That he rightly said is the opposite of what biologists do, that they are enamored with the differences. That's true. Biologists like me look for the weird bits, what those tell us about how and why the animal fits in its niche. But the really valuable insight is to find what the animal has that is conserved from other species, because those are the foundations of what really works. What is really important? What is the essence? What Dick showed me was that by looking at fish, you could study hearing mechanisms that work not just in that fish, in that particular bowl, but in other fish, and on, and all the way up through to humans, or maybe even in an ear that went back into water, like those of a dolphin. I believe that is the core, the hallmark of great science. Dick was on the hill, surveying the whole landscape, while I was in the shallows, peering into the murky deep. There is another aspect to this, which is perhaps the most important. When Dick talked to Tyros, there was never a hint of disrespect. Even if you asked a moronic question, what you got was a patient, instructive, and insightful answer that enriched and encouraged you. That is rare and cherishing. He taught me more than I can repay, except to strive to do the same for others. Certainly, I remain a Dick Fay groupie. You know, mustard is something else that came up in Dick's writings, but also in those of O. Henry. Mustard has spice, zest, and piquancy. O. Henry used to describe excellence, something well beyond good or better. Seems fitting, so I will close by simply saying, well, hot dog, this was a man who could really cut the mustard.